Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts.
Hello YouTube, it's Heavenly and I'm here with my first YouTube video, and it's just so weird that like I'm sitting here filming me doing my makeup and about to put on YouTube. Like if you know me, you know how much I love makeup, and I've been contemplating about making this channel for years now, and it's just the fact that like I'm actually sitting down and doing it. It's kind of like, I don't know. I'm going to show you guys a look with the new Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. And if you guys want to watch me go from this to this, so this is the final look, then keep on watching. Let's just go ahead and start on this tutorial. So I'll be starting off with my eyebrows per usual. I will be going in with my Colourpop brow pencil in the shade Bangin Brunette, and as you can see I have some sparse areas that I just fill in with that pencil. I overdraw my eyebrows a little bit because they are kind of thin. I'm in the process of growing them out. As you see, I do my bottom outline and I do my top outline, and I just fill them in with light strokes because I don't want them to look very harsh. And I just take my spoolie and I just blend. Like, that's literally the key of getting a really natural brow, is just blending. Alright, so after I fill in my brows, I carve them out with this Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and this is my favorite concealer from the drugstore. I use it to carve out my brows, and I also use it for my highlight, and it just blends so good, and it's like such a perfect shade for carving out your brows and using as your highlight. It's just so bomb. And I'm going in with this Morphe Rose Gold concealer brush, and this brush is so bomb. I love it. It's the only concealer brush that I use for my eyebrows. I use nothing else because it's just so perfect. And now I'm just carving out my brows and blending out the concealer so it does not look crazy. Next, I'll be priming my eyelids with the same concealer that I used to carve out my eyebrows, the Maybelline Fit Me, and then I'll be taking my domed eyeshadow brush from Real Techniques and to blend out that concealer, and then I will be setting it with the Airpsun translucent powder. And today I'll be playing with the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm so excited. Like, when I got this package in the mail, I was like, yes. I'm gonna go in with that Urban Decay blending brush. I got like in the Naked 2 palette, I believe, and I'm taking the shade Silk Cream and MFEO, and I'm just gonna blend that in my crease so it would be a really bomb transition shade. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm just like really building up that color and just blending it out so it looks very, very seamless. And I'm now going in with my Morphe E22 brush, and I'm taking the shade Cutie in Pooter, and I'm just putting that on my outer corner, like very deep in my outer corner. I'm not bringing it up in my crease. I'm just keeping that in the corner basically, and I'm just packing on that color and also blending it out at the same time. Now I'm going back in with that Urban Decay blending brush and just taking my transition colors, MFEO and Silk Cream, and just blending everything out so it looks bomb. Next, I'll be going in with my Morphe E17 brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of Mocha and Central Park and just add that in the same spot where I put Pukey and Pooter, just for a little dimension. And you would just want to start off with small and just build your way up, because if you go in with way too much shadow at first, it's going to be pretty hard to blend, and I want this look to kind of be natural, not very smoky. So again, going back in with my Urban Decay blending brush and just blending all those shadows out so it looks very, very blended. Now, using my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Obsessed, and you guys, look how pigmented this shade is. It's such like a perfect champagne-y shimmer. It's so beautiful. I didn't have to use Fix Plus to get that pigment. It's just so bomb. And I'm putting the eyeshadow everywhere on my eyelid except the outer part. And then as you can see, I'm taking that Morphe E22 brush and I'm just blending Mocha and Central Park into the inner corner because it kind of fades when you add a shimmer kind of in the area, and I'm just blending them together so it looks seamless. Next, I will be going in with my NYX matte liquid eyeliner, and I'm going to be doing a wing per usual. I love doing wings. And my technique, what I do is I just draw a slanted triangle basically. I sometimes might start on my upper lash line like I just did. I lined it up, and then I just draw that diagonal line out and connect it to my top liner, and I just fill it in. So to prime my skin, I'm going to use the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm, just a very bit amount because I mainly put it in my T-zone because that's where I get oily, and I just press it into my skin so it kind of feels tacky, so I know the foundation will stick to it. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and I'll have the shades in the description box. But before I apply my foundation, I use that same concealer just for extra coverage so I can just cover up my acne scarring. And since I covered up most of my acne scarring with that Maybelline concealer, I didn't go in with a lot of foundation because I don't need a lot of coverage. You see I was just dotting over my face lightly, and then I sprayed my Real Techniques Beauty Blender with some Fix Plus, and I'm just blending it all out. Now, starting my highlight, I'm going to be using that same Maybelline concealer, and I'm just be putting that on my forehead, bridge of my nose, under my eyes, and on my chin. And then I'm going to take that same Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and just blend it out. And after I blend out each area, I immediately set it with some translucent powder. And the powder I'm going to be using today is the Airpsun translucent setting powder. Alright, maybe not. I lied, you guys. I'm using the Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm just going to use that with my Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm just going to set all the places where I applied my concealer. After I'm done setting my concealer with that Mercier powder, I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm going to set the rest of my face with this Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 235. And this is going to set the rest of my face so I don't get oily and a little bit extra coverage. And then I'm going to dust away my highlight with this Real Techniques multitask brush. After I'm done dusting away the extra powder, I'm going to use my Ulta Contour Bronzer brush, and I'm dipping into this Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette, and I'm using the shade Caramel Toffee, wow, and I'm just going to be bronzing up my forehead, and then you're going to see me carve out my cheekbones, and I'm going to use this to contour my nose as well. And I'm just going in very lightly with that contour shade because it's very, very pigmented and very warm. You don't want to look like an orange, basically. And to make it apply very soft, I'm just holding the brush by the very, very end. And after everything is blended out, I'm going to go in with my EcoTools blush brush and my Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Plum Rose, and apply it to my cheekbones. And then I'm going to carve out my contour using my Mercier powder, and just to make it sharp. And my method to make my highlight really poppin' is to spray Fix Plus on my face before adding my highlighter. And then for highlighter, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild angled bronzer brush, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. illuminator, and then over top of that I'm going to be adding my very used Champagne Pop. Yes, look at that highlight. Basically, I'm just applying it like where the sun would first hit your face, so like top of your cheeks, down the bridge of your nose, Cupid's bow, a little bit above your eyebrow, your temples. I put that down the bridge of my nose, and then I was just blending everything so nothing looks too sharp. And then I'm going to go in with my Physicians Formula mascara and just coat my lashes. My top lashes are like very thin and like short, so it looks like I don't have any, but I promise you guys I do. And I forgot to get some false lashes, so that's just my look. But on my next video I will definitely apply some. For lips today, I'll be taking my Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the shade Bow and Arrow, and I'm just going to be applying it to my lips. And then I'm going to take the Kylie Jenner lip gloss in the shade Literally and put that on the center of my lips just to make them look more full and just to make them pop. Be extra, why not? After applying that gloss, I'm going to take Champagne Pop and just put that on my Cupid's bow to get that like pouty look. And what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm taking that same brush that I used to highlight and just putting highlighter on my lips. Like, it just makes them look very like just shiny. Just I'm being extra basically. And then I'm also taking highlight and just highlighting my brow bone. After applying that to my brow bone, I'm then going to add that in my inner corner to make my eyes look more open. Alright you guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did making it. This is just like a simple everyday look. And like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.